So we'll circle back to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks have made it to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1974, which was over 45 years ago. And I give the Milwaukee Bucks organization a ton of credit for getting this team to an NBA Finals. Well, obviously the players have to go out there and perform, but the organization and the front office is what puts this team together. And I will say, Milwaukee has always been at a disadvantage from the jump. You want to know why? Because, well, Milwaukee, Wisconsin isn't as attractive as a place like South Beach or Los Angeles or even Brooklyn, New York. You know, it's Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Look, I'm not trying to take a shot at Milwaukee, Wisconsin because I've never been there. I've never lived there. Heck, if I go there one day, it might be one of the best experiences I've ever experienced, you know? But when it comes to attraction, it's not the most ideal place that comes to mind when you think of attractive cities in the United States of America, you know? That's just the reality. I'm sorry, Milwaukee fans, but even you guys have to admit this, okay? But, you know, when it comes to Milwaukee, not a free agent destination, so what does that mean? That means the organization must draft well, and they have to hit on some trades. And they have to bring in players that they believe are going to fit their culture, and they have to bring in players that are going to buy in. And they also have to do a good job of keeping a star player like Giannis Antetokounmpo in the city. And they have to keep them there. They don't want that guy to leave, because if that guy leaves, then man, you're against a lot of other teams that have star players that are attractive destinations, you know? Imagine if Milwaukee didn't have Giannis on the roster. I mean, who's going to want to play there, you know? But you have to give the Milwaukee Bucks organization a lot of credit. Not only did they not make excuses about the market they were in, like the Green Bay Packers have constantly made when it comes to Aaron Rodgers as far as acquiring more players, they went out and made some moves. They traded for PJ Tucker. They traded for Drew Holiday. And were those the most flashy moves? No, they weren't. But they were actually moves that needed to be made. They found those two guys that fit their culture and fit what they wanted to do. And they got those guys to buy in. And what do you know? The Milwaukee Bucks, a year later, they're in the NBA Finals. And they also drafted Giannis 15th overall. And they developed Giannis. Giannis was not an MVP level player coming into the NBA. He was a role player from the start. He developed into a solid starter. And now he's a league MVP candidate year in and year out. And also, you have to give them credit for trading for Chris Middleton and developing him through their farm system, you know, because Chris Middleton in Detroit wasn't all that great as a rookie. And they also, like I said, convinced Giannis to stay. If Giannis is not there, this team doesn't have a chance to compete for a championship. And did Milwaukee get some breaks along the way with Brooklyn's injuries? Yes, they did, but Milwaukee also made moves. And unlike the Green Bay Packers organization that continues to make excuses about the salary cap, about the market, the Milwaukee Bucks organization didn't do that. They took it upon themselves to say, hey, you know, even though we are not the most attractive free agent destination, we can still go out there and make some moves, which is what I've been preaching for Green Bay to do all these years with Aaron Rodgers. So I give the Milwaukee Bucks organization a ton of credit for evaluating a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo and taking a shot on him. Same thing with Chris Middleton and developing those players as well. But also trading for PJ Tucker, trading for Drew Holiday, making good subtle moves to improve this team. So congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. They're in the NBA Finals for the first time in over 45 years. And I'm definitely rooting for Milwaukee to potentially win a championship this year. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. and I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.